Next up, we got Sir W. So you know it's gonna be a W. How not to hide a dead bear. I'm assuming this is about to be out RFK. Let's find out. Let's find out.
We've taken a group of people falconing and up in Goshen, New York, up in the Hudson Valley. I was driving up maybe,
Jesus Christ.
early, like 7.
Aren't bears like heavy as shit? How do you even transport a bear? I get okay. I'm assuming we're about to find out. Rich motherfuckers, man. I want to go falconing.
The next day,
Oh, it was a bear cub.
it was on every.
It's the morning of October 6th, 2014, and a black bear cub is found laying lifeless in Central Park.
I'm amazed and I'm kind of horrified.
I've never seen a bear here before.
Adding to the mystery, the baby bear was lying on top of this bicycle.
Everyone had their own theories on how it
The bear got into a bike crash.
Seemed like it was old enough to make it down from
It was one of them old circus bears. It escaped, crashed, and died.
upper counties in New York.
This bear on its own managed to get to Central Park is highly unlikely. Someone was probably keeping this bear as a pet, which is illegal.
But nobody expected that the truth wouldn't come out for another 10 years.
We have a little small zoo, but in the zoo we don't have a bear. Maybe I escape from there, but
There's no animals missing from the zoo.
right. It's a big surprise. I don't know.
Prepare to have your mind explode. This is one of the weirdest.
This is why I love fucking Sir W. No way he pulled up a fucking picture of JFK when he said you're about to have your mind explode.
It's a big surprise. I don't know.
Prepare to have your mind explode. This is one of the weirdest cold case developments.
No.
Prepare to have your mind explode. This is one of the weirdest cold case developments ever. So you're saying he could have been
Oh, I think it was 100%.
So basically back in October 2014, there was a dead bear that
What's up, Dale?
appeared in Central Park one morning. If you're unaware, Central Park is in the center of New York City. So I hate to burst
Hey,
your
bro,
bubble,
just a
but
quick
this
reminder
theory
about
Seemed
your
like it was
uncle,
old enough to make
exactly.
it down from upper counties.
It doesn't matter how big the bear is. Look at this. You see this map? It's either cross a bridge, go through a tunnel, or swim. If this case wasn't already weird enough,
Well, swim isn't that far off because bears can swim for a long ass time, but
seems the perpetrator wanted to make it look like this bear got hit by a bike, even though it had
Stab and slash wounds.
Wow, that's quite a bike. Pretty sure I saw a similar one at the knife.
If you can do that to an animal, why not to a human being?
That you'd think because of all the media attention, public outrage, not to mention how clumsy this guy was, that he'd be an easy catch. But you see, that's the most confusing part of all of this. They weren't able to find him, and the Central Park bear mystery became a lost cause. Case closed. However, that is until he recently resurfaced to tell the story.
What's up, you guys? I'm here with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. He's running for president in 2024.
This morning, an admission from RFK Jr. that solves a decade-old mystery.
Yeah, we found the guy. Imagine going back and telling those people that were interviewed, hey, the guy who did this is the nephew of your president right now. Robert's currently running to become the next president in the family. However, unlike his uncle, he doesn't necessarily have his family's support. In fact, they've gone as far as to publicly denounce him and then immediately go and take a family picture with his opponent.
that's fucking crazy, but okay.
Robert's
I did not know
the type
that.
to let obstacles get in the way. In fact, he has become so good at overcoming them that he is now creating his own. On August 4th, he posted this video to Twitter.
I was taking a group of people falconing and up in Goshen, New York, up in the Hudson Valley, and that woman in a van in front of me hit a bear and killed it, a young bear. So I pulled over and
That looks like a fucking skinwalker, dude.
a young bear.
That's got like a humanoid type face. President Brainworm. If RFK won, it would be the first worm president. But what? Tell me this doesn't look like a skinwalker, bro. This kind of looks like a humanoid fucking bear.
So I pulled over and I picked up.
Looks like me? Fuck off.
Because I was gonna skin the bear.
Nate was fucking a bear and that popped out. What the fuck? How did both of you say the same thing?
And it was very good condition. And instead of going back to my home in Westchester, I had to go right to the city because there was a dinner. And at the end of the dinner, it went late, and I realized I couldn't go home. I had to go to the airport, and the bear was in my car, and I didn't want to leave the bear in the car, because that would have been bad.
That would have been bad.
Central Park, and we'll make it look like he got hit by a bike. It'll be fun for people. Everybody thought that's a great idea, so we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it or something.
I'm not buying. A lot of people's questions weren't even
I'm not buying it.
Story. Even the video itself feels weird. It's one of those podcast clips that's not actually from a podcast. Like, no one asked him to say this. So why would any
motherfucker just chuck it in a ditch? Exactly. He could have just left it. Like, why did he take it with him?
Presidential candidate in their right mind place this lady there, set up this whole scenario just to put this out there?
It just, to a lot of normal people, Robert, it strikes them as kind of weird. How is that going to help you?
Well, you know, I don't.
Well, it's actually pretty simple. Okay, it turns out this wasn't just a stupid publicity stunt. All of this started after he received a surprise visit from a journalist at the New Yorker. She told him plain and simple, "Someone talked, we have dirt on you, and we're gonna share it. We just need to do some quick fact checking." Robert knew no matter how they told the story, they certainly weren't gonna paint a good picture of him. And this is just a guess, but I would assume he was specifically worried about them bringing up the drinking.
I wasn't drinking, of course, but people were drinking with me who thought this was a good idea.
He does not drink, but all of his friends do. So the alcoholic does not drink.
So you're saying he could have been drunk?
Oh, I think he was 100% drunk.
Because that's the only thing he could potentially get charged with, and while people know about his past with substance abuse, it would be another thing entirely if it caused him to drive all the way to Central Park and put a bear there.
The story died after a while, and it stayed dead.
The video game clips fucking kill me.
A decade, and the New Yorker somehow found out about it, and they're going to do a big article on me, and that's one of the articles. You know, it's going to be a bad story.
Robert's strategy is to try and get ahead of the story. Now, normally this would be the right move. If you're familiar with the 22 immutable laws of marketing, it says the very first law is the law of leadership. It's better to be first than to be better. Now, if you're the first to tell a
I don't think that's true anymore. I don't think that rule holds up anymore. I really do not think that holds up anymore. Nobody remembers the first of anything other than like a Guinness World, unless you're like doing like a world record type thing. Now, I don't think anybody remembers the first of anything. In all market, everybody, yeah, I mean, it really does depend. Like, if you're talking about a race, sure. But like, even I'm talking about, because he said that's from the laws of marketing. That's not even true in marketing anymore, because in marketing, all the companies, if another company does something that works, the other companies just copy it, and whoever does it the best then shines forth. It's not really though, because everybody already just copies everybody. It is, but you still have to do it best, because everybody's just gonna remember who did it better. Especially in the age of social media, because whatever has more impressions, like if something has more impressions than the original, people will literally start thinking that the one that is the biggest is the original. But I don't know, because that would be in that context of like this would be like in actual marketing. Law of category, law of mind, law of percent. Yeah, this would be. WX Goodyear blimp. Huh?
It's better to be first than to be better. Now,
it's
if
an
you're the first
interesting
to tell a story, you get the first
Oh, X
say
Goodyear
how
blimp.
things actually went down.
No, I'm not drinking tonight.
And when this bad article eventually comes out, it will be much less shocking, and any negative spins or extra details they throw in won't have as much impact. But what if this article has no spins or extra details? What if in your effort to get ahead of the story, you bring up details that would have never surfaced otherwise, and your video is now a shovel that you are digging your own grave with? Let's take a look at the article. First of all, it's not even
I was like,
the
what?
bear story, it's what does RFK actually want? I mean, I assume he wants his bike back. Okay, this story is one paragraph, and it's all the way at the bottom. And this is so fucking boring. I doubt anyone would get past the first paragraph. Kennedy was born in 1950. It's not even at the top.
That made me tired after fucking 3 words. Jesus Christ.
It had to load. No one would ever see that. Okay, so
imagine they just never wrote the article.
What is it saying?
Just did it for no reason.
He's on the road, he found the bear. He loaded the bear into the car. Okay, here's something. When I asked Kennedy about the incident, he said, maybe that's where I got my brain worm. If you didn't know, that's why he talks like that. Okay, yeah, it's the same story. And not just that, it doesn't even mention the drinking. This video took a boring story that would have been rumor and speculation and turned it into
a bizarre confession from presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. that is generating lots of
Kennedy
reaction.
Posting a video in which he tells Roseanne Barr that he was responsible.
Also, to make this situation more difficult, the extra details in his version of the story are the things being scrutinized for the most part. But luckily, he is still swole though. Anyway, just another
W motherfucking Sir W, as I knew it would be. Anybody that doesn't follow him or subscribe to him already, go check out fucking Sir W in the motherfucking description. Link will be in there. Let me know what the fuck y'all thought about it.
You can't come around my gang. You ain't got no fucking motion. You ain't got no fucking motion.